Anything on your feet?
No.
No. Can you see your feet?
No.
No. I want you to connect with your senses. And as you get yourself grounded in that place that you are, do you sense that you are standing on something, or do you sense that you are floating?
Nothing yet.
Mm-hmm. So what I want you to do now is take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just feel me tapping on your shoulder, going deeper and deeper and deeper in that story. And let's do that again. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just feel the story of that lifetime coming deeper and deeper, getting closer to you. And let's do that again. Take a nice deep breath in, bringing that story forward, going deeper, breathing out, going deeper, relaxed. And I want you to just connect with the energy that you have around you now. And do you sense, it's just your first impression, do you sense that you have a female energy or a male energy?
Female.
You're a female energy. And I want you to connect with the essence of your female energy. And if you could imagine putting your hands in front of you now, what do you imagine that they would look like? Describe them to me. Are they working hands? Or is there something else?
Not really sensing it.
Well, what I want you to do now is just feel yourself rocking from one side to the next. Just see how easy it is for you to move from one side to the next. So easy, so comfortable, so relaxed. And I want you to imagine that you're looking around this place where you are now. And just being able to visualise, and the more I talk to you, the more that you will see. And I want you to amplify now that scene and see it getting brighter and brighter now. You're just turning up the volume of that scene so you can see the visions in front of you now. And describe to me, what do you see? Just allow your mind to drift and wander. And what I want you to do now is, I want you to close that scene just like you're flicking the switch of a remote control. Closing that scene where you were energy, a female energy. Because I want now to go on to another life, another time. And you know that you can do this. You can go to any record in your Akashic record and you can pull out any life. So I want you to visualise yourself now going to your Akashic records, seeing that library in front of you now, and see your hand going to one of those books, one of those lives, and pulling out that life. And putting that book on the table, this book of life. And in a moment I want to count down from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1, you're going to open the page and you're going to be able to describe to me what you sense. So when you're ready, 3, seeing that book there now, 2, ready to open that page, and 1. Open that page, and as you open that page and absorb yourself into that book, jumping into that film, into that movie. Tell me, do you feel male or female in that life?
Male.
You're male. And as you look down, just to get your bearings, tell me, what kind of ground is it that you're on? Is it a beach? Is it a hill? Is it water? Just the first
Stone.
It's stone. You're standing on stone. Look down at your feet and tell me, are you wearing anything on your feet?
No.
No shoes. And I want you to connect with the energy around you and tell me, are you inside or outside? What's your first impression?
Outside.
You're outside. And as you look left and right, you'll be able to describe to me what your landscape looks like. Where do you imagine that you are, if you could see that now? Are you in the hills? Is it a town? Are you by the beach? Just look around and just connect with that sense.
Might be in the hills.
You're in the hills. And you're a male in this life. You're going to be able to observe what you're wearing and be able to tell me clearly. So look now. Make that connection. And just imagine, what is it that you're wearing there?
It's a tunic.
It's a tunic.
Sort.
It's a tunic. What colour is that tunic?
Brown.
Brown. And look down, are you wearing trousers or shorts or a dress? Look down.
It's short.
Shorts.
Like a tunic.
And if you're a male, you'll know your name. Just feel that name coming forward. Just hear your name being called and tell me, what do people call you in that life?
Sam.
Sam. Sam? How old are you in that life? You'll just see some numbers come to mind, the first numbers that come to mind.
40.
You're 40 years old. Sam, if you're 40 years old, you'll know what country that you're in. So just that first impression. What country do you feel that you're in there, Sam? Just see it come to mind. Is it a hot country or a cold country?
Warm. It's warm.
It's a warm country. Sam, what I want you to do is I just want you to zoom out of that life, just as if you're going up, up, up into the sky, so that you can actually see the country that you're in. What part of the world are you? See the image of that country now.
I can't see anything, but I'm getting Africa.
Africa. You don't have to see. You can sense. And in a moment I want to tap you on the forehead, and when I tap you on the forehead, you're going to see some numbers come to mind, and that's going to be the year that you had that life. So when you're ready, Sam, 3, 2, 1. What year is it?
1020.
1020. So Sam, you're walking along the hills of Africa now. Do you feel that you're on your own there, or do you sense that there are others with you?
On my own.
You're on your own. And as you're on your own, I want you to connect with your emotions and tell me, how do you feel today? Just connect with those emotions and you'll feel that energy and be able to tell me how you feel.
I'm not happy.
You're not happy. So what is it that's making you sad? See that image in front of you now. Just sense that image. See that image. Feel that image and tell me, why is it that you're
Family.
sad? Family? What's happening with family then, Sam?
Problems.
Family problems. So Sam, you say family. Do you have a wife and children?
Yes.
Well, as I continue to talk to you now, Sam, what I want you to do is I want you to move forward to a scene where you're with your wife and children. Just drift and float towards a scene there now. As I continue to talk, making your way there now. 3, 2, and 1. And now you're with your family. Describe your wife to me. What colour hair does she have?
Got blonde hair.
The wife has got blonde hair. What do you call her? What's her name?
Mary.
Mary. And as you look at Mary, you'll instantly know, is that a good match? Are you a good match?
Yes.
And tell me, what colour eyes does Mary have?
Blue.
Blue. And I want you to step a little bit closer there, Sam. And as you step closer and look into those eyes, because the eyes are the windows to the soul, I want you to go deep and deep and deep and just focus on her eyes. And as you focus on her eyes and go into the centre of her eyes, you can telepathically communicate mind to mind, soul to soul. And you'll just instantly know if that soul is working with you today in this life. Who is she today? Is she here at all? Just your first impression.
I'm not seeing anything.
You're not seeing anything.
No.
So she's not in your life today. And tell me, Sam, do you have children in that life?
Yes.
Tell me about your children, Sam.
They're small. They're sitting around their mother.
How many children do you have there, Sam?
2.
2? Are they boys or girls?
A boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl. How old is the boy?
He's older.
What did you call him in that life, Sam?
Michael.
Michael. And have you got a good connection with Michael? You'll just be able to sense his vibration now at that telepathic level. How do you feel about Michael?
Yes, good.
It's good. And what about your daughter? How old is your daughter?
She's smaller. She's about 2.
And what did you call your daughter there? Just feel it coming now. Listen to that voice.
Sophie.
Sophie. And how is the match with Sophie? Just look at her energy. You can see her etheric body now. Is that a good match?
Yes.
It's a good match. Very good. Now I want you to look at those children there, Sam. And I want you to connect with their energy by looking into their eyes. Because the souls are windows. The eyes are windows to the soul there. and I want you to telepathically communicate. So you're now working on a mind-to-mind level. Are any of those children in your life today? It'll just be your first impression.
I think my son is Archie.
Archie, very good. And is your daughter in that life, in the life today, or is she not?
No.
No. So Sam, you live in Africa in 1020. What kind of work do you do? What is your trade in that life, Sam? Describe to me, just as I continue to talk. See yourself working. And tell me, what's your trade? What do you do in that life?
I'm a labourer.
You're a labourer. And do you enjoy your job?
No.
No. So you say you've got this feeling of family problems. What is happening with your family?
Money, I think. Money.
No money?
Mm.
So you're feeling like you don't know which way to turn? Well, let's just go forward and see what happens then. So what I want you to do is I want you to close that scene. Close that scene as if you were flicking a switch of remote control. And I want you to drift and float forward in the same timeline. So as you begin to close that scene now, 3, drifting, floating forward, I want you to visit another time that's significant to you. Are you ready? 2, drifting, floating to that time now. And 1. So how old do you feel now, Sam?
About 60.
You're about 60. Look around, Sam, and tell me, are you in the same place?
Yeah.
Describe this place to me. What does it look like? Describe your home. What kind of home do you live in?
It's wooden. It's a barren place.
So why have you brought me to this particular scene? Just gather your thoughts and just rotate. You know, you can just have this view now, this landscape view. Just go round and just see what is happening, connecting with that energy. And describe to me what you sense.
There's not a lot of people about. It's very quiet.
Is there a reason why it's quiet? Connect with that. Where have they gone? Where have the people gone? Have they gone away on purpose?
They've left.
Yeah, why have they left? Why are you still there then, Sam? Why didn't you leave with the rest of them?
Didn't want to go.
So what is the reason that they've left? You'll just have a knowing why they've left that area, Sam.
There's no money.
Oh, there's no money. So when you say you want to stay there, Sam, are you staying there on your own, or is your wife and your children staying with you?
I'm on my own.
You're on your own. So have they left already? So what do you feel? What do you feel that you're going to do with yourself now, Sam? How are you going to manage?
I'll have to survive.
Very good. So tell me how you feel. I want you to connect with your emotions. And I want you to tell me how you feel about your wife and children not being with you.
Sad, very
You're
sad.
sad. Do you understand the reason why they had to go?
Couldn't support them.
You couldn't support them. And that has made you sad. So what I want to do now, Sam, now that you've given me the information of that scene, and that is a scene of loss, I want you to close that scene now, Sam. And what I want you to do is I want you to take me to the last day of that life. So closing that scene now, just as if you're closing a book of its pages. And with your mind, just travel on that silver timeline of that life. That's right. Drifting, floating away from when you were 60, moving forward now to the last day of your life. 3, 2, drifting forward now. See yourself nearly there, and 1. And as you're there on the last day of your life, you can just be an observer of this scene, so that you'll be able to describe to me no pain, no fear or emotion. So where are you then, Sam?
In a chair.
You're in a chair. Are you on your own, or is there somebody with you?
I'm not on.
On your own. So describe to me what happens. Are you ill?
Just sick of life.
You're just sick of life, and you decide that
Had enough.
you've had enough. So what I want you to do, Sam, knowing that your soul moves on, I want you to take a nice deep breath now, and I want you to lift yourself out of that body. Feel yourself lifting out of that body now, and I just want you to be about 3 foot above the body. Just about 3 foot above the body, so we can just see and evaluate that life. So now that you're out of the body, Sam, tell me, how does your soul feel? Connect with your soul and tell me, how does that energy feel?
I'm happy I'm out.
You're happy you're out. Very good. And looking down at that vehicle of Sam, tell me, what was the contract? Why did you choose to have that life? Why did your soul choose that contract?
Things I had to learn.
Yeah. Describe those things that you needed to learn in more detail. What was it that you needed to learn?
How to survive.
How to survive. And how do you feel that you did in that life?
Not very good.
Not very good. But the lessons that you've learned from that life, you'll be taking on and moving forward to help you with another life, won't you, Sam?
Yeah.
But now that you're out of that life of Sam, and your soul is there, it's normal at this time that someone or something comes to help you, take you home. Or sometimes you just drift and float to another different place on your own. So as I talk, I want you to look around and just see or sense that someone or something coming towards you. And just have a sense and a knowing. What do you imagine is there, Sam?
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
I think it's my mother.
It's your mother. Ask her to step closer. And as she steps closer, you're going to be able to connect with her vibration. And I want you to step even closer so that your energy now, as that soul, can connect with her energy. And now I want you to step right in to your mother's energy so that you can feel the energy that she's sharing with you. How do you feel now?
Happy.
Happy, very good. And now that you're there with your mother, knowing that you can connect telepathically, what message does your mother give you?
You should have tried harder.
I should have tried harder. Sounds like a teacher. Should have tried harder. But you did your best there, Sam. We can't all be perfect all the time, can we?
Yeah.
So ask your mother, where is she going to be taking you now? Where do you usually go at the end of a life? Where is she taking you?
You should take me higher, higher and higher.
Higher, higher. And just feel yourself going higher and higher. Feel yourself detaching from that life, leaving that life behind. Feel yourself getting higher and higher. And as you go higher and higher, just feel how your energy is expanding and getting brighter and brighter, that the soul that you is. And now that your mother is taking you to the next place on your journey, I just want you to settle and look around in this place with your mother there and your guides by your side, and just sense. Do you sense that there are other souls in this place, or are you on your own?
I can't feel anybody.
Well, this place that your mother's taken you to, I want you to connect with it, and I just want you to feel the energy around you and tell me, how does this place make you feel? Does it make you feel calm? Does it make you feel happy? How does it make you feel?
Calm.
Calm. Well, I want you to ask your mother now to go with you and take you to your soul group. So as I'm talking to you now, feel yourself drifting and floating now, making that intention. And you know, if you make an intention in this spiritual awareness state, that you can just be there. So feel yourself 3, drifting towards that place now, 2 and 1. And as you're there, to be with your soul group, describe to me, how many souls do you see or do you sense?
I sense there's lots.
There's lots of souls.
Like bubbles.
Lots of souls like bubbles.
Like bubbles.
And as you connect, now that you're in this special place where your soul group is, those bubbles, do those bubbles have a colour?
Blue. Pale blue.
Blue and purple?
Blue. And pale blue.
And pale blue. And I want you to ask your mother there, what's the significance of this colour? What does this colour mean to that group?
Learning.
Learning, I see. Tell me more. What is she learning?
Learning how to connect.
How to connect. And as she looks around at those souls now, I want you to just go drifting and floating around those souls. Energy. And you'll get a feeling whether you're more affiliated to one than the rest. So as you're just floating and drifting around your soul group, eventually you're going to slow down and you're going to come across a soul that you're more affiliated to the rest. Slowing down until they're in front of you now. And describe this soul to me. Is it just a blue orb? Or do they make themselves known?
Not making themselves known.
Mhm. Well, they don't have to make themselves known. They're energy, and you can read energy. And as you connect with that energy now, tell me, what is the message that that soul gives you in the soul group?
It's all about love.
It's all about love. It's all about love. Very good. So now that we've got that message from the soul group, what I want to do is I want to move forward, and I want to be able to connect with my client, and I'd like her inner self to come forward. So I'm going to bid your soul group farewell and thank them for working with me. But I want you to take a nice deep breath in now. And as you take a nice deep breath in, Sue, I want you to step to one side and allow your inner self to come forward. Coming forward, just feel your subconscious mind coming forward. Wonderful. And as that begins to connect with your voice, you're going to be able to speak to me clearly, so that I can actually connect with the inner self. So, good morning, inner self. Do you have a female energy or a male energy? What is she working with today?
Male.
A male energy. Very good. So she has female on the outside and male on the inside. Tell me, is she quite balanced then?
Yes.
How long have you been working with my clients? How many lives have you had with her? Is it 2? Is it 10? How many lives? Just see a number.
50.
You've had 50 lives with her. And what is it that you're working together on? What lesson is it?
Communication.
Communication. And out of 0 to 10, how is she doing with that communication?
About 6.
She's about 6. So she's more than halfway there then. So tell me, all this Reiki and this angelic Reiki and all this energy shifting that she's doing, is that actually raising her?
Yes.
And do you have a name as a male energy, or do I just call you energy? Or do you have a name?
Just call me energy.
Energy. Energy, what I want to do now is, I want to do a body scan. And as I do a body scan with you, as you've been working with her for 50 years, you know her inside out. But what I want to do is, I want us to start at the top of the head. And I just want you to feel her energy. And just as if we were giving her a scan, an X-ray. I want you to start at the top of the head and just slowly work yourself down the sides of the face now, over the throat area, and those shoulders and down those arms, and back up again. Very good. And I want you to go into that heart area. That's right. And to the other side, and right into this tummy now. And go in deep and around this tummy and through those hips, down those thighs and knees, all the way down to the ankles, to the tips of the toes, and then just slowly scan very gently all the way back up. And we're just seeing if there is any energy that's kind of out of place that we can work with today. So as we've scanned the body now, and you're just connecting with that energy, tell me, where are we going today in the body? A heart. So I want you to make your way to the heart, and you're going to feel my hand on your heart area. And as you make your way to the heart, I want you to feel yourself walking around this heart area. Go into that heart muscle, feel yourself just gliding through that energy, and tell me, how does this heart feel?
Soft.
Soft. Well, as all energy has a consciousness, I want to bring that energy up today to the throat so that it can express itself and tell me what's going on there. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1. Talk to me, energy in the heart. How long have you been there?
A long time.
So what are you doing in there? What kind of symptoms do you cause my client by being there?
Anxious.
Anxiousness. So you've been in there a long time. Are you energy that's snuck in, or do you have a name?
No, I don't have a name.
You don't have a name. So tell me, you snuck in, you can sneak out if you're energy, because you're causing her anxiousness. And so are you ready to leave now that you've been found? Yeah. So what I want to do now is I'm going to call on Goddess Isis to come down and work with me. And as I continue on the sound of my voice, I want you to feel her presence. Feel her presence as she comes into this room now, preparing to work with me. Very good. And as she connects with me now, and we work together, we're going to press our hands here on this heart area. Now go back into that heart area now, and just see yourself collecting all your thoughts of anxiousness. And see yourself collecting all those thoughts and pulling up those roots. I don't want you to cut them, because you'll leave something in to grow. I want you to pull them out very slowly, just like you're pulling the weeds out of a garden. And the more I talk, the softer and gentler those thoughts will become. So it's so easy for you to bring those out. And Goddess Isis is here to take them back to spirit. So what I want you to do now is I want you to put all those anxious thoughts into my hand and tell me when you're done. Are they all in my hand now? Yes. Well, I'm going to take that away from you, and I'm going to offer that to Goddess Isis, and may the light of the universe always accompany you. But we don't want to leave a hole there. So as I talk to the inner self, I want you to tell me, what is it that we can put in that heart to help it heal?
Love.
Love. And if love had a colour, what colour would it be?
Pink.
Pink. So as I place my hand here, I'd like that rose pink quartz crystal colour to begin to draw down from spirit, and see a silver thread coming down, slowly changing colour into that beautiful pink quartz. Very good. Almost like a liquid energy from spirit. And my hand is like a hose, and I just want you to feel now all that energy from spirit going in there and filling in all those areas where those memories have been. See it filling in those gaps, soothing that heart, pouring love and joy and comfort in that heart. And the more you need, the more you should have. It's just pouring in from spirit. Very good. And in a moment you will hear the sound of my singing bowl, and that will be the sound from spirit that is coming to seal all that love in. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1, and just feel all that love going into your heart now. See it soaking into every muscle, every fibre and cell of your body. And feel it sealing now, and I'm going to tap you on the forehead and seal that in. So as you look around the body now, as we go further, can you tell me if there is any other energy that we can work with, or any attachments or entities, or anything there? Or do we get back to the questions?
Fine.
You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask about this feeling that she has about someone that's bursting in song. Tell me about that. Who is it?
It's a guide.
It's a guide. Do we have permission to speak with that guide today?
Mm-hmm.
So what I want you to do is I want you to connect with that guide and bring that guide forward. Just bring them forward. And the more I talk, the stronger and stronger that sense is. And tell me, is the guide there now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, guide. Are you male or are you female?
Male.
You're male. So you connect to her through song. What is it that you're trying to explain to her, to get across?
Be happy.
To be happy. How long have you been working with her then as a guide?
Not long.
How's she doing?
It's okay.
She's okay. Thank you very much. As a guide, what do we call you? What's your name? What's your name? Just see your name being called.
Sandalphon.
Sandalphon. Thank you very much. I'll be sure to tell her that. And I want to know from your inner self now about this healing path that she's on. Is that the right path for her, or is she going to be diverting somewhere else?
It's the path.
It's the path. And I want you to connect with this issue that she has about trust and truth. And as I talk about trust and truth, I want you to connect with trust and truth. Trust and truth. And bring that communication forward and tell me, what is this issue with trust and truth that she has?
Many lives, many lives.
Tell me more. Has she been working on trust and truth?
Not trusting in the past.
She's had
Not being able to trust.
Not being able to trust. Does she have that feeling in her body now, that energy of not being able to trust? So, is that serving her well today, or is it something that we can lift today?
Something to lift.
Something to lift. So what I want you to do is I want you to connect with trust and truth. And as you're going down this body, trust and truth, you'll be connecting with that energy, trust and truth. And tell me, where in the body is that energy stored? In this area, in your tummy area. Very good. So I'm going to connect now going to connect with that area. And as I place my hand here, I want you to imagine that my hand is a strong energy pull, a bit like a magnet. And the more I talk, the stronger and stronger the energy in my hand is. And it's almost like a portal to collect all those memories that don't serve you, so that we can take them back to spirit. So as I continue to talk, I want you to go in there now and start collecting all those memories. Start collecting those memories, and I'm going to activate that area. Feel the soft light going into that area, beautiful amethyst, soft light in that area. And as the amethyst and the energy of that colour begins to work, just see all those memories getting weaker and weaker, and they're softening into tiny fragments. Yeah. And now go in there and start sweeping them up, bringing them up and up and up and up. Very good. And pulling ever so gently, so we get right to the root, and just bring it up and up and up. And tell me when it's in my hands. Yeah. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to take that from you and offer that up to spirit. And may the light of the universe always accompany you. So what can we replace this energy with? What would you like in this area?
Gold.
Gold? Mm-hmm. So as I connect now with this area, I want to call on Archangel Michael and his entire team to come forward. And I'd like Archangel Michael seated at the end of the bed by her feet. And I want you to feel the strength of him there. And I'm going to call on Metatron to be, to be at the top. And I want you to feel his energy all around your head. And feel all the angels that are working with him now, just around this couch. Very good. And as Archangel Michael now places his sword of light into this area, the sword of truth and protection, I'd like Metatron now to begin to push his energy in through the top of her head. Feel that energy coming down and that vibration. Feel it connecting as it goes past the throat chakra now, making its way past the heart chakra, and feel it connecting with the energy of Archangel Michael. And what I want to do now is I want you to see that their energy is beginning to spin. It's going to spin in a clockwise position. And I want now for all the other angels that are here, for them to begin to push their energy in too. And I want you to see all the colours of the rainbow. The blue from Archangel Michael, the emerald green from Raphael. How wonderful. And see all these colours of blue and yellow and green begin to merge and to melt and go faster and faster and brighter, until they all meld together. And you can see a ring of gold energy as they've all melded together, a total ring of protection. And I want you to feel now that ring of protection going into this tummy area, going deep and deep and deep, knowing that Metatron and Archangel Michael are here to call on. And they are now working with you and activated in this solar plexus area. And I want them now to activate that even more. So the minute that you sense or that you want to call on them, you'll just be able to connect and they'll be there. So I'm going to tap you on the forehead and seal that in. So tell me about planets and former lives, because she tells me that she sees red stars. What is it about these red stars that she sees? Describe to me. Is she in a dream state when she's seeing these, or is it a vision?
A vision.
It's a vision. How does she know about these red stars? Is it a past life or a former life?
Former life.
Former life. In that former life, did she live in this place where these red stars were?
Yes.
She did. Well, I want you to describe to me, as I know that we are all energy, when she lived on that planet of those red stars, I want you to use your senses and describe to me, what did she look like? What form did she take? Did she have a shape, or was she just energy?
Energy.
She's just energy. And what was she doing on that planet with those red stars? What was the purpose of her being there? Is that her home, or is it just somewhere she visited?
Somewhere they visit.
Somewhere she visits. And can you tell me about Sirius and the galactic healers? As I continue to talk to you on that vibration of my voice, it's taking you to the memory of Sirius and the galactic healers. And I want you to connect with that thought and that memory and tell me, what is the connection? Is that where she's from, Sirius?
No, she's just been on a visit.
She's just been on a visit. Well, explain to me about this healing then, because the planet Sirius and healing seem to be connected. Why does she visit Sirius?
To learn.
To learn. And what is she learning there?
Learn about life.
Life. So she's learning about life. And sometimes she sees a really dark blue sky with red stars. Is this connected in any way?
Yes. It's galactic.
It's galactic. So are they communicating through the galactic energy with her?
Yes.
It's all about communication. And when do they communicate with her? Is it when she's in meditation, when she has visits, in her dream state?
Dreams.
In her dreams.
Sleep.
In her sleep. Very good. And are they downloading information to her, or is she passing information to them?
Downloading.
Downloading. Tell me, does my client have any chips in her for this communication to take place, or do they just download from source?
From source.
From source. I want you to connect with her guides and tell me, how many guides does she have? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 10?
Lots.
Lots. I want you to bring forward her main guides. I want you to bring forward 3 of her main guides. Feel that energy coming forward and tell me, Can you feel a male or a female energy coming in with these cards? I say, come in now. Just the first three. What do you imagine and sense is with you now?
Michael, Metatron.
Michael and Metatron. That explains when I was working with you that I was pulled to call on them to help here. Very good. And who is that third guy? Because I want to be able to talk to all of them. Just bring that third guide forward. Feel that energy presence coming. Is it male or female energy?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's Sandalphon. Or Gabriel. I'm not sure.
It may be an essence of both of them. So ask them collectively, because you can telepathically communicate all together and meld your minds as one. And as I'm talking to you, I want you to make the intention to ask them, what is the purpose of them working with you today? What is it they want to bring forward for you?
Love, guidance.
Love and guidance. How is she doing today?
Pretty good.
Is it right that she should be on this spiritual path with this energy healing?
Yes.
Well, I thank you very much for working with me today. But I want you to step to one side so we can carry on. Tell me about these visions that she has. Every now and again she gets a vision. Who's working with her when she gets those visions?
It's from a higher source.
It's from a higher source. Yeah. And what are they trying to tell her with these visions? Are they predictions or is it communication? Just tell me more.
Communication.
It's communication. So is she to write this information down and use it in a journal?
No.
No?
It's just for knowledge to learn.
Yeah, so they're just downloading the information so she can absorb it in a dream state. Can you tell me about Italy? Why has she got an affiliation with Italy? As I say the word Italy, I want you to go down that thread, that word Italy, and connect with Italy and tell me, why does it seem familiar to her?
I lived there a long time ago.
She lived there a long time ago. Was she male or female in that life?
Male.
She was a male. And I'm going to ask what year she lived there. So I'm going to tap you on the forehead. 3, 2, 1. What year do you see?
1247.
1247. Thank you very much. And now that I've asked most of the questions, I want to ask, do we have permission today to speak with her son? Does he want to come forward today and work with us?
No.
No. Can I ask, is he going to come in a dream state?
Maybe.
Maybe. And can I ask, what is it that he's working on now he's back to spirit, healing wonderfully and being cared for?
To be a better person.
So he's getting the healing that he needs. Can you tell me, is her father in her soul group? Just look around her soul group and see all those orbs and see if she connects with one. Tell me, is her father in a soul group or is he in a group but nearby?
Yes, he's there.
He's there. Very good. Mm-hmm. And I want to know this relationship she has in the family with her sister. Because I know that we come down contracted to learn many lessons. So what is the lesson that she is learning with this family that she's decided to have this life with?
To be her own person.
To be your own person. Mm-hmm. And how is she doing with that?
Pretty good.
Pretty good, I'll be sure to tell her. And which members of her family has she had past lives with before? She'd be very interested to know that.
A mother, I think. A mother.
A mother. Mm-hmm. So what kind of role did they play in that life? What was her mother to her in that life?
Very protective.
Very protective, I see. And tell me about this fear of water that she has. As I continue to talk, I want to press on you that word, water. And as you take that word and that vibration down into your Akashic records, going through your files, you're going to be coming across that word water. And as that word water comes forward, it's going to bring back that memory, bringing it up. Tell me about water.
Couldn't swim. I drowned.
You drowned? Uh-huh. How old were you when you drowned in that life?
Not very old.
Not very old. Were you a girl or a boy?
Boy.
You were a boy. Mm-hmm. So, where does she hold that fear in her body today?
Probably kidneys.
In her kidneys? Mm-hmm. And does she need to hold that fear?
No.
Uh-huh. So do we have permission to allow that memory to go back up to spirit, to be healed?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So as I begin to work and connect with those kidneys, I want Archangel Ariel to come forward to release these past traumas and experience by tapping into your subconscious belief patterns that no longer serve you. And it's going to help you lift up to a higher vibration so that you can create more abundance in your life. So when you're ready, I'm going to call on him now to go in there and begin to lift that memory and take that memory up to spirit to be healed. So I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1, I'm going to use my singing bowl here. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1. Feel him just making his way now. Mm-hmm. Feel him going around that emotional body. Collecting that memory and taking it back to spirit. And now, I want him to fill you with love, energy and abundance. So as my singing bowl connects again, feel all the love and energy of the divine coming forward. Calling Archangel Michael and Metatron to stand at the head and the toe. Sealing that connection in now. Feeling all that energy penetrating right to the very kidneys now. And I want to tap you on the forehead and seal that in. Thank you. Tell me, she's got this memory about a cliff top. And as I talk to you about a cliff top, I want you to go back now and see where that thread is. See where that memory is about a cliff top. So what is happening there?
She's going to be forced over. She's going to get pushed over the edge.
She's going to get pushed over the edge. Is that physically? Is that in a past life, or is this?
Yeah, past life.
Mm-hmm. Was she male or female in that life?
Female.
Mm-hmm. Who was it that pushed
It was spiritual.
It was spiritual. So tell me, why did she choose to do that?
She didn't choose.
Mm-hmm. So what was happening to her?
Aztecs.
Aztecs?
Mm-hmm.
So was it them that pushed her over?
Mm.
And was it part of a ceremony?
Too powerful. Pushed her.
Oh, so they realised that she was too powerful, so they pushed her over the edge to get rid of her? Mm-hmm. So when they pushed her over the edge, and I want you to see her soul now just lifting out of that body there, was there any fragments of her soul there that got disconnected that we can bring back today?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So what I want you to do now is I want you to connect with that fragment, and I want to call on Goddess Isis now, who helps to release these past life trauma conditions, and she's going to harmonise and support you, and she's going to give you the opportunity to begin over. Mm-hmm. And I'm also going to call on Archangel Zadkiel to help accelerate your spiritual development. And I want you to lift your mind to the forgiveness of the Aztecs as he works with you. Mm-hmm. As he opens your mind to release that negative emotion. So now what I want to do is, I want to call on Goddess Isis and Zadkiel to come forward. And as they come forward on the vibration of this sound, I want you to feel the fragment that you lost in that life, that fragment of your soul. I want you to ask for them to give it back so that your soul is whole once more. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1. Tell them to give it you back. Feel that fragment coming forward to you now. And see it melding in your body. Very good. Feel it now, knitting in and melding and blending in. And so you feel whole again. And you're at your optimum level. So I want you to look at your body now, just scan your body and tell me, how does it feel there? To have that part of your soul reunited with you.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. So now that she's going to, now that she's going to be able to power herself up, as she's got the full force of her energy now back, I want you to scan the chakras now and tell me, are they all in a line before we go? See how they're doing. Have we worked well today, or do we need some more?
Spot on.
It's well?
Spot on.
It's fine. Mm-hmm. So now I want you to look at her nervous system and see, is it more balanced now?
Yes.
Yeah. So now that we've come to the end of the session, I want to thank you for working with me today.